Hello and welcome back to my channel. Last video was about helpful tips on PvP, and this one will be about the ability cards that I promised. So, as you can see here, this is a tank build that everybody really uses, and it's really good so far. I said I was practicing with it and testing it out, and it works really well. You can survive up to 3 explosive rounds, and as far as I can tell. And you're basically immune to headshots when you're in slow and steady, which is very useful. So for this tank build, as you can see, I got slow and steady, fool me once, iron lung, and never without one. Slow and steady, take much less damage, and you are basically immune to headshots, kinda. It still does a lot of damage, but not as much as not as much as a one-shot kill. Fool me once, each consecutive time you get hit, you take much less damage. Iron lung, depending on your stamina core, you get damage reduction. And never without one. Never without one only works with the hat and the beaver coat, and it allows you to not get headshot once normally, and you take less damage with the hat on. So, well, I don't have a hat on, but if I did, I would, you would take, less damage as it, Alrighty, we are going to give a full damage build. So what you're gonna want is focus fire for that damage boost. And if depending on what your style is, I like sniping, so I'm gonna go with sharpshooter. When you're scoped in, you do a lot more damage. You're gonna want, let's see, peak condition for that damage boost, depending on your stamina core. And then I always like to go with a defense card, which is iron lung. Everybody uses fool me once, but I rather use iron lung because iron lung is a constant damage reduction instead of fool me once, because by then you're gonna get shot 2 times and you're gonna die. Typically you get shot 2 times anyway, you die even with this card, but you take a lot less damage. Typically it would take 1 shot and you're completely dead, but with this card it takes normally 2 shots, or at least when you have normal, when you have the white circle around your health, it'll go down to where you could still survive. So this is a pure sniper build, pure damage sniper build. If you wanted, you could change peak condition for winning streak for a Carcano, but I don't use a Carcano, I use the rolling block, so I don't really use that card very often. Now if you're at close quarters, you can use focus fire, which is medium to short range. You can use focus fire, gunslinger's choice for dual wielding pistols or sawed-offs. You could still use peak condition, but you could also use winning streak, and winning streak is also works on shotguns. And the best part about it is that each pellet that the shotgun shoots out, it does that extra damage. And like I said, I always like to keep a damage reduction card on, but if you want to go full damage, then I would suggest you go with peak condition, so you get that extra damage boost. Or you could change the Deadeye card from focus fire to slow and steady, to where you're immune to headshots while you're in it, and then you could do a lot of damage, but in return also take a decent amount. Now a lot of people use slippery because it makes the people you're fighting really inaccurate. But it makes you inaccurate too. I'll show you that in another video demonstrating all my builds. But Slippery allows you to get a lot closer to most people. Now keep in mind, the only way to counter this is a shotgun. I got sawdust on me right now, but is a shotgun or bolos, so you got to be careful. And even though that Slippery is for close range, I tend to snipe with it. So even if I get snuck up from behind, I won't get shotgunned down, because typically not a lot of people have shotguns on them, which is surprising to me. But yeah, you use Slippery, Winning Streak, and Gunslinger's Choice for these sawed-offs, so you do a crap load of damage, like a lot. And you keep Peak Condition, or you can choose, like I said, Iron Lung for the damage reduction. So typically this is what I would run if I was running Slippery. So I showed you a pure damage build, pure sniper damage build, pure defense, and a medium to close range, or technically a close range build for shotguns. So yeah, I will be demonstrating that in a different video, because right now I don't have my assistant. My assistant isn't on to allow me to demonstrate this to you. So, in the other video, if my assistant isn't on, I'll show you me practicing on them, and I'll show you a couple live gameplays in a showdown, and show you, or not even a showdown, maybe a random free roam event, to show you how good it is. Now keep in mind, this one's kinda mainly for fun. I wouldn't really recommend going only shotgun, because you will run out of shotgun shells really quickly if you use it a lot, like I do. So I typically go with either my full damage sniper build or my full tank build that I've been messing around with. And to be honest, it's really fun. Like I said, you take a lot of damage, even against explosives. And the best part is when you fight people and they freak out and they're like, "Whoa, are you bro, you must be cheating, you must be god moding." And then you just go ahead and say, "Nah man, look at my ability cards, it's all in the cards." Because a lot of people typically don't pay attention to your cards. They don't check what cards you're running, because they just want to kill you. But always keep in mind, you want to make sure you max these cards out when you run them, because each level makes the card a lot stronger and makes it to where you won't die as quick. Like, you could have all these cards, but at level 1, and you'll still take some decent damage, but I would still beat another person that has level 1 cards, obviously, because these effects are a lot higher than what they would be in level 1. So make sure you always get better weapons and get better ability cards and upgrade them. So yeah, and I will make another video on the best way to make some money in this game. And that is it. I hope you have fun with these ability cards, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you survive in this cruel, toxic world, but this also very fun and amazing world. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video, and hopefully that video is showing you guys some money, or I'll demonstrate the builds. So see you next time.